Good afternoon. I think it's afternoon. I'm not sure. Day 3690 of the lockdown. Right, I'm gel printing. I'm afraid I started without you, mainly because I haven't done it for a while. Just thought I'd better make sure that I knew what I was doing. So I won't babble on. I'll show you exactly what I've done. I haven't finished the journals. Hopefully later on today. So I'm going to turn you around now and face you down on the desk so you can see what I'm doing. So bear with me, hold tight, shut your eyes if you get squiffy, and I'll move you down. Okay, moving done. Right, this is my setup. As you can see, it's organised chaos already. I'll just show you the organised chaos. Stencils, paints, well the paints are behind me. Oh, buried. This is my big box of, where are we? Oh, big box of paints and things. I've got all my card and paper stacked here, ready to go. Found these giant tags, so I'm going to have a go at printing on those. They'll be great in journals. Bear with me, hold tight. I have, like I said, started already. I'll put you back up on the box and then I'll show you, because it's less traumatic for you guys. Right, hold on. So I'm making some covers for the set of journals. So this is one so far. They're going to be about A5 size, and what I thought I would do is make them wraparound style, like so. So they'll be quite funky. I haven't quite finished with this one yet. I've just stamped the big circles here, and this is just through a stencil, which is, I don't know, buried somewhere. I don't know where it is. Yeah, so that's that one. I've just done this one. This is a stencil that I've had, I can't, it's donkey's years old. I got it for 79p in the sale in B&Q about 20 years ago, probably. Never used it. So there's that one, and this one as well, which I'll have to show you sideways. It's irises and foxgloves. So I've done an iris one, I'll show you those. But yeah, so the sunflower one, really happy with that. When you lay down stencils with words, you must remember to put them backwards, so upside down, well, not upside down, but back to front, because otherwise your words won't read the right way. Very happy with that one. Not going to do anything else to that. That is done. So I'm going to put it over here with the done pile. Right, hold tight. Got some others. I need to do some work on these, but this was just, I've got this this is like leftover cutouts on a 12 by 12 when I got the Cricut machine out. I cut a load of circles yonks ago, and this is 2 layers. I just stuck 2 layers of circles together, and it gives you quite a nice abstract print. So I need to do some more on this one. Again, it's going to be the same, hold on, it's going to be the same style as the other one, with a wraparound front. Probably just a tie closure here or something, I don't know yet, but yeah, I think they're coming out really funky. And the other one I've done is this one, which was using that iris stencil. Did a dragonfly on the back, just sponged through the stencil to do the iris. It was all getting a little bit chaotic. And then this is another stencil from cutting out big flowers, again on the Cricut. It's a 12 by 12, and that makes a lovely stencil, which you can probably just see in the background there. So yeah, just playing around really. I'll probably free motion around these when I'm ready to make the covers proper. So I just filled in all the gaps and did the little stenciled flowers, dragonfly, iris, just the one iris. And these marks here are just with the edge of the brayer. Just, you know, just roll it off, and it makes grass basically. So that's good fun. Again, I've designed it as a wraparound, although the iris will be hidden initially. It'll be the dragonfly there, but when you, oops, sorry, dragonfly there, but when you open it, you'll see the iris. Yeah, I think it's quite nice. Anyway, right, just leaving those there to dry. That's that one. Oh, I need to do. I tried printing on a thin cotton with the sunflower one. Not brilliant, but not bad actually. Yeah, I mean it'll be great when it's mounted on, hold on a piece of fabric, I guess. It'll be a nice layer. Yeah, actually that will be very nice. Yeah, so that's what I'll do with that. I just I had this. It's the inside of yeah, a pair of curtains. I think it's the cotton stuff that they put in the middle, or you know, lining. Oh, it's not going to tear. Right, I'll just quickly hack that off. Yeah, so good fun. I thought I'd just show you some that I'm doing, and maybe do some live with you guys. So let me reorganise myself. Okay, right. So I need to add some more. I don't know, I'm just trying to think what I'll need to add actually, and I thought, well, I need to start recording if I'm going to do it. So I've got my mark making box of bits here, which is a very eclectic mix. Picked these up dead cheap in a shop somewhere. I mean dead cheap. Is it £1.50? I think it's most of them. So anyway, that's a grouting tool, makes amazing marks. That's the tile spacers. You know, when you're tiling, just whack them on and you just simply push that in and out. That's tapestry plastic basically, so they make really interesting marks. This is a nifty one. You know, when you buy your pins, they're on one of these circular plastic things. That makes a lovely, actually I'll use that. That makes a lovely pattern, that one, so I'll leave that one out. But I've got some more of these foamies. Cotton reels, toilet roll, shit, well actually that's a kitchen roll tube, it's a thicker one. Another cotton reel, another size, because these look great when they're all concentrically lined up sort of thing. So this is weird. I don't even know what this packaging came in. It's polystyrene, but it makes, I don't know how to describe it really, sort of flecky circles. So again, we'll keep that one out because I want to put some circles on my thing. Pass, no idea where that came from, but again, leaves really interesting marks. These are just foam dots. I had some little random bits of wood. So it's the things you put on the bottom of your chairs, you know, to stop it scraping the floor. I had loads in different sizes, so I just whacked those on the wood. This is funky foam, just cut, and you go into it with a ballpoint pen and you end up with obviously leaves. That's those chair foot protector things again. This is really cool, this one. It leaves a lovely pattern. Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, the obligatory, you know, bubble wrap. What else have I got in here? Credit cards and stuff. I don't use those on the gel printing very often. So that's the magic little box there. And then I've got a whole load of weird and wonderful stencils. I was sent this one, and that was Sam, the Scottish crafter again, bless her. These are, I'll say, it's just, I mean, I've got, you know, stencils. I'm not going to bore you by going through the whole lot. This, hold on. Oh, that's a piece of plastic I cut on the cricket machine. It's not very good, to be honest. This is one of those mesh oven liner shelf things for your chips. Amazing. This, gosh, I can't even remember what this came off of. But it's a plastic packaging. What did that come off? Can't remember. But anyway, as you can probably tell, it leaves a nice grid design behind. These are more of those card, they're thick card. I don't think they're meant to be stencils, I don't know, I'll be honest with you. And that was another sheet out of the Cricut machine after cutting out circles. Quite handy size, that one. Again, Cricut machine marks. Actually, I could put that on there. Right, we'll leave that one out. That might be a maybe. Let me just pop all these back in. So, I mean, basically, you can get... I have no idea where that came from. Is that an Anna Griffin one? I bought, you know, like you do, from QVC about 1 million years ago, an Anna Griffin set, and in it was... Oh, bear with me. In it was a load of scrapbooking stuff, basically. This one, I mean, it doesn't look much, but I love this one. When that's laid on and stenciled through, it makes a cracking pattern. Really abstract, so I don't think I'll use it on this one, though. Some of the papers I've done, my bubble wrap, I think is dyed. It's leaving a bit of a mark, but not as good as it used to be. There's some of the gel printed one. I've got this idea of, for the papers that are going to go inside my journals, to leave, what would you say, areas to journal on with like the picture all around it. I mean, obviously that's not that shape under there, and I don't know whether that's needed. I don't know. I'm sort of jury's out on this one, so I'm just playing with it, but as you can see, it leaves quite a nice space, if you like. Oh, that's that sunflower one on watercolour paper, which is a little bit weird. It's not very bright, but that'll be okay. That'll be a nice page in one of the journals. That's a runoff one, which is just a mess at the moment. So there you can see, I don't know, I think I quite like having a bit of colour in the background. Although that, you'd be able to see it better, wouldn't you? Play around with that one a bit more. That's one of the runoff sheets. Mess of that. But again, you know, just stencil over it and it looks lovely. This is one that's still joined at the moment. That was funky. And that's got a lot of design and depth to it as well. So basically, I've only got the, I think it's 8x10 gel plate. Let me unbury it. It's this one. Yeah, I think it's 8x10. I keep it on a one of those kitchen protector mat things, you know, for your kitchen side. It's cheaper than a craft mat, and it does exactly the same job. And I just put some little sticky foam feet. Where are they? There. These things. You know, again, for your chairs, you know, normally you use them. And I just stuck those on there to stop it sliding around. I've put a piece of, can you see? No, I don't think you can. I put a piece of A4 paper underneath, so that when I'm printing, I'm making sure that I'm getting the most of the gel print that I can on the piece of A4. So when I actually make the journals, I'll cut them down to that size. Although, no, I'll cut them down to this size. The papers that go inside. So got a lot more to do. Need to do the insides of these. Yeah, so having fun. It's an absolute disaster, but you know, never mind. So right, let's do this. Just want to get this cover finished. This is all dry here, so I'm not worried about putting stuff on top. Shall I move you a bit closer? I don't want to get you too low. Hold tight. There we are. How's that? Yeah, I think you'll be able to see. Okay. I don't quite... Right. Let's just get some paint on, shall we? I did like a dark green on there. So, let's do... What should we do? What should we do? Come on, help me. I don't think rose will look good. Orange, it's already got orange. Should we do some lime green? Yeah, let's do it. I've got a diner one. Oh, there we are. These are just PBO Studio acrylics. I Hobbycraft have them on sale. I think the last time I bought them they were £2 a thingy, a tube. So I just picked up a few. I don't go mad. You don't need to use an awful lot. So I don't quite know how this is going to work. So I'm just going to do it here for a minute and then I'll stamp. Because you can use your gel plate as a stamp mat as well. Yeah, don't show at all. Okay. What we'll do is we'll just finish this one off like so. And we'll print on paper. Use both sides and get an idea of what that looks like then. I say I love finding things like this. You know, it's just the inside of your or your leftovers from when you're get your needles out basically. Right, so the green didn't show up. Oh, this is nifty. This is a wood turned, where are we? A wood turned tea light holder, but it's just smooth on the bottom. I think I drove the bloke a bit bonkers when I was at his stall at a craft fair. I was feeling all the bottoms, and I wanted the one that was as flat as possible. And in the end, he said to me, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, you know," I explained to him what I wanted it for. I got it for the lino printing, actually, because you need to rub that quite a lot. And he was very helpful after that, bless him. He went round and found me the smoothest bottomed one, so that's quite cool. Actually, you're a bit low, aren't you? Let me move you up again. Hold tight. Hold tight. I'll bring them up to you to show you. That's better. There we are. So that's quite a nice design, that one. If you've never done gel plate printing, it's such fun. I mean, you just can't go wrong. There is no right and wrong. Don't let anybody tell you there is, because there isn't. It's what you want, basically. Right, so what colour are we going to use then? I don't want to go black. It's a bit... Well, I suppose I could do, actually. Because it's quite a... Where's that gone? Yeah, if I use the sort of flowery side, let's have a go. It's a piece of fabric at the end of the day. If it looks pants, we just, you know, you can always cover up. If you make a mistake, you can always cover it up with a patch of something else or a pocket or something. So I'll make these into journal covers. So it'll be interesting to see how they come out, actually. Right, let's have a look at this. Oh, nice. I likey. Looky, looky. I did this one. Yeah. Nice. Right. Well, we'll carry on with it. I thought the black was going to be too much, but actually it's okay. We'll get that other piece in a minute, and I'm not going to do it all over. I'm just going to do the odd mark. Nice. I'll show you when I'm finished. Sorry. Let me just do some more here. I've just spoken to my daughter on the phone. Granddaughter's bored. So I said to her, put Nanny on YouTube. She can sit and listen to her Nan waffling on. So I think she's going to do that later. They're just daring to go out shopping. She said, is it all right? I said, well, yeah, just make sure, you know, when you get back, you wash your hands. And if you're watching this in 10 years' time, it's because of the coronavirus that we're all suffering. Well, the whole country's suffering. Well, I say the whole country. Yes, it's the whole world. It's not just us. So yeah, it's particularly nasty because it's a strain of animal flu which us humans haven't got any immunity to, which is what the problem is. Right, there we are. They're nice, like those. Right, okay. So let me print that on the other half of this just to clear the plate off, hopefully. Cool. That'll be good. See, I've turned a piece of trash into a bit of treasure now, hopefully. Hopefully you'll agree with that. Right, let's get some different colours on this scrappy one. Clean that plate off whilst contemplating what I'm going to do next. I might put turquoise on actually. I love turquoise. Yeah, I've got the that colour. It's beautiful. Love that. And what I might do is do that smushy one because it won't be a solid. It'll just give it a hint. So I just want to add a bit of colour to the cover. Ooh, likey. Love that. Let's just get that last bit up if we can. Where's me smusher? There it is. So this works brilliantly. It really does. And it stops your hands getting so fatigued as well. The amount of paper cuts I used to give myself was phenomenal. So yeah, just a nice bit of grunge left on there. So that's cool. So I'm going to call those two done. Just printed that side. I'm not going to add anything else on there, I don't think. That's quite nice, that one. So just leave that. That'll be the other one. That one. And then so I need to do something on the back of that. So I'll leave it upside down. No, I won't, because that's still wet. I'll leave it the right way up for a minute. Okay, let's get this turquoise on. So I hope everyone's okay. It was a bit scary on the news last night when they were saying it might be 6 months, but I don't know. I'll say I think, you know, the biggest problem is that you know, it's not something that we humans can have natural defences against, and that's where all the problems have been. And those poor souls with respiratory problems, I mean, they're really suffering. I'm just loading this up with a, so as you can see, you know, where it was orange before, it doesn't pick up an awful lot. I don't want it to be honest, but a bit more than that, I think. Okay, where shall we print? Let's try that circle there. Oh yeah, cool. Okay, yeah, like it. And now it's a little bit faded. I'm going to go over those middles just to give it a little bit of oomph. I'm looking a bit blah. Trying to think of things to tell you really. As I say, I didn't get around to finishing the journals. Oh, I've got a new subscriber. Welcome. Thank you very much. Very pleased. Please leave comments if you know, if there's things you want me to do and play around with. So my next thing, I keep calling this my bucket list. It's not really a bucket list, like I'm going to die anytime soon, but it's more things that I want to do when I've got time. And of course, you know, the one thing we've all got at the moment is time. So I will be working tomorrow, but working from home, and I'm very strict with myself. I don't do anything else. I just work. You know, I don't take the mickey. So yeah, so that's that. So there we are. Love that. That's my kind of cover. Love that. And what I'll do, you know, once, I mean, these, you know, nowhere near finished. I'll do the free motion, stitch some bits and bobs on, maybe put a pen pocket on or something like that. They're going to be fun. I'm really looking forward to it. I need some more sort of long-term projects, so they won't be quick. They won't be quick to do or finish or anything, but yeah, they'll be good. They'll be good fun. So right, let's get the back side of that one printed, and that can be 2 done pages. Then there's another, so I need to do those, that one. Oh, gold. Here we go. Oh, that can stay there. What do I need? I need something to, what shall I do on the back? Let's do this one. Right, line that one up-ish. What I'm going to do is just take off the majority of the paint, just overlay the black and the, what colour was that? Oh, sort of a pinky colour. Just to take the, remove the paint from inside the stencil. And it's giving it some dots, so that's cool, that's fine. Right, so on the other side of that one, what should we do? Oh, it was gold. I don't know if you can see, is it shining? Look at that. Wow. Nice. Yeah, I used a gold metallic, so right, let's do the Diner Green. Who doesn't love a bit of lime green? Look at the state of me. I've never been able to do gel plate printing and keep clean. Right, so what I'm doing here is putting this over the top of the stencil, because what it'll do is it'll obviously fill in the gaps, and you'll get, when you remove this, let me get that one ready. So remove this. if you can, get off. I'm going to lay the stencil on there. Now if you can see that actually on the roller, it leaves the design behind. So if you're clever, like I'm about to attempt to be, this is my rub-off page. Ah, didn't quite work, but normally it leaves the pattern behind, which is pretty funky. So let's just get rid of this off here. These cardboard ones, I've actually left these to get quite thick with the acrylic paint. Let's not put a lot on there, but it's a little bit, it's fine. Because it's stiffening them up beautifully, so it makes them so much easier to gel print with. I haven't even shown you what I'm using, have I? I don't know where the box has gone. Anyway, you can buy them. I'm going to leave that to dry, so don't panic. It's just going to sit there and dry, and then we'll take that off. There's my box. Ooh. I think I got the Jelly Arts one. It comes in a clamshell pack like that. 2 pieces of acetate. As you can see, mine's well used and loved. So you just, when you've finished, I just clean it all off. Quick spritz of water, wipe it off. You put it on that piece, put it back in your clamshell, put that bit on top, and it just keeps it stops, because once you get a mark in these, it doesn't come out. It stays there. So this is the 8x10. I also got this set, which I know I'm sure it was cheaper. But it's a set of 3. You get the big one, which is great for cards and stuff if you make cards. Can't remember what size that is. And then you also get a circle one. So it's a set of 3. I think it was something like £22. I can't remember how much this was. This is another thing that I wish I'd have gone large on. I wish I'd have got the 12x12. Because, you know, I do a lot of, I love printing fabric on it. So the bigger the piece of fabric you can print, the better it is, obviously. So I'll leave that one back there. I think that's the Ranger one, the set of 3. And this is Jelly Arts, or Jelly Arts or something. I've had it, oh God, quite a while. 4 years, something like that. They usually, I mean, when they're new, they're clean, they're clear. I mean, these have been used, but they, you know, they're quite almost, you know, they are transparent basically, and it is just like a lump of jelly. You can squidge it. So, and you pull off a mono print. It's a one-off. Very rarely can you repeat what you've done. I don't know. I don't know anybody that even tries. Actually, I think the love of this is that it is so random, and yeah. So it's not quite dry. I'm going to stick some. This is a transparent one, which hopefully will let that Diner shiny paint come through beautifully. It's going to smudge a bit, but I'm not being terribly precious about this. It's It'll be fine. It'll just let the green. Well, the other thing you have to remember when you're using this is you have to almost work backwards. And what I mean by that is whatever's on the bottom will be your top. It takes a while for your brain to get used to that, because you think, oh, I'll do all the pretty stuff on top on my last layer. Well, you're not going to see it, because this pulls, when you pull this off, it's back to front, for want of a better word. So all your pretty stuff has to be done on your first layer, and then next layers, yeah, I don't know what other word is. Sticking to the thing. There's a bit too much paint. This is just copier paper. I think I've put too much paint on. Oh lordy, can you see what's happening? I don't think you can you? The paper's ripping. Right, I'm just gonna... Oh, fudge cakes. Look at that. Ugh. Let me put the blind down, you might be able to see better. It's not a terribly sunny day, but I can see it reflecting on the screen there. Let me just turn that up there. Right, let's take down some of the brightness in the background here. So look at that, nice. What a mess. Let's see if it will pull off nice and gently. Don't ditch these bits, they're great if you do collage work. I mean, this is incredibly thin now, so I'd be able to use it for decoupage as well. So just get off what I can. This is like almost like tissue weight paper now. As you can see, it's very thin. Right. Because you see, look at the detail on that. I mean, that would have been stunning if it had all come off. Right, that's going to sit near you. Right, sprayer here. Here we go. Just loosen this off a bit. Take off some of this paint. It's just water and a little diddy spray bottle. You can use hand gel, which, as you can imagine at the moment, is like rocking horse stuff. Right, okay, we're back to normal. Off the old brayer a bit. So yeah, I mean, that's it really. You just keep going and going and going until you're happy and that you've done sufficient pages for your whatever you're planning to do. Never give up though, even though you know you might do a print that's you just think, oh, I can go straight in the bin. Don't do it. Just put another put a different colour on your gel plate gel plate. And carry on printing. I mean, that was pretty minging under there, and so was that. I mean, it was just plain, but I mean, it's a shame it didn't work out because the green is coming through beautifully. Look at that. Shame, isn't it? But like I say, I can use that probably as a decoupage type paper. Right, I'll just do a few more bits with you because, crikey, you're up to 33 minutes already. I swear I enter a time warp when I turn that video on. Very little amount of paint, okay? Do not put tons on because you will regret it. Trouble with those big ones is they do want to splodge out. I have got a load of the little, I don't know, what would you call them? Just the little craft paints, in a tube, in a bottle. But I don't know where they are. Oh, they're just there. But I like these big tubes. I'll just use those. That's fine. I've obviously got something on my roller because I'm getting strange marks. Never worry about it drying. If it dries, you just put another coat of paint on top and it reactivates it. So, I mean, I used to get in a right panic thinking, oh, quick, but actually you don't, you just don't. You don't need to panic. So, this is an interesting texture tool. is that corrugated cardboard, that really thick stuff. And you just take off the top layer, like so, and you've got honeycomb effect underneath. It is just such fun. So I put some tape on the back to make handles, and we just go down and we smoosh, and that's the technical term, smooshing. Right, I've got that piece of I'm just about to see, like a piece of paper, the back of the sunflower one, so I'm going to put that on there. Right, I don't know if you can see, look at that, we've got like a chicken netting mesh, whatever you want to call it. Right, I'm going to leave that to dry a bit. Just line that back up. I'll let that dry for a little while, because I'm thinking, can I use to pick it up something really bright? Oh, I've got silver there. That could be interesting. Right, we'll do that. That transferred absolutely diddly squat. Wow, a couple of bits. Oh well. I wonder if you're ready yet. What I might do is just gently lay that on there, just to take up some of the excess. Interesting. Green's disappeared completely. Right, paint goobers. Don't let those get on your mat, because they really, yeah, they're just hard lumps of paint, obviously. So you don't want those on there, because it'll either stick to your brayer, or it'll make a, well, potentially it could scratch your gel plate, and you don't want that. So right, I'm just going to use this to roll off some of this silver, because I'm a little bit crazy with it. Because this is watercolour paper, I'm getting like a, how would you describe it, a grainy effect. I will show you in a moment. Let me just pick up this one. Yeah, this is the only smooth card I've got, is cream. It's not ideal, but I might nip downstairs actually. I've got some downstairs, I'm sure I have. That's that one. That's okay, because I'll just go over that with a stencil now, through onto the gel plate. This works so well, this thing. So glad. So glad I found. Well, I'm glad I thought of it actually. Oh, I don't think it's worked. It's not too bad, it's very faint. You can just about see it. But that'd be quite interesting, I think. Because what I might do with the next layer is put these on the gel plate. Oh, then it'll be purple underneath, won't it? This is it, this whole thinking backwards thing. So, okay, not to worry, that's fine. Right, I'll stop there because we're at 39 minutes already. So yeah, just have fun, just play with it. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's pieces of paper. If it's a disaster, you know, I just say don't throw them away. Keep them, let them dry, because even bits, you know, even if, I don't know if you're a card maker or whatever, but you know, if you were to just cut out that piece there, it makes, let me give you an example. See, these are the cutouts from cut out the blanks. So you just cut that out and you've got the lovely front of a card there. So, or a tag or a pocket, or, you know, whatever you want to use it for. So, you see what I mean? It's, you know, you can pick out of the most ugliest bits of paper something, you know, really nice, basically. I mean, this one here is that actual shape, sorry. So I mean, you could die cut that again, or just cut it out with scissors, and you know, you're done. So, and even this bit that I ripped, I mean, once it's dry, it's very wet at the moment, but you know, how lovely is that? You know, just that on a card or a scrapbook page or a pocket, or even those. I'll say this is, I keep these deliberately because it just makes your eye focus. You can actually see what, you know, because like that, you're like, I don't know. But as soon as you put a mask on, is that a mask? Stencil. Anyway, that, you know, it allows you to see what you might not be able to see without it. Right, yeah, I'm going to call it quits, guys. Working tomorrow, so it's going to be, I'll upload this one, and then hopefully Thursday or Friday, well, Friday, I'll get on and finish those boho journals, get those done, show you those, and I might even have one of these done, but they do take a while. I want to take my time with these. As I say, I don't want to rush them, because people really like them. I say I've made bags out of them and stuff like that, and they sell so easily because they're different and they are completely unique, as will the journals that I make. They'll be completely unique. You'll never get another cover like it. I couldn't, you know, even the sunflower one, which, you know, is done with a stencil, which has now disappeared on me. Oh, here it is. I could not get those colours the same as that. I mean, I would struggle to do that again. So, yeah, lovely. Right, we'll leave it there. And thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your day. I hope you're not all going bonkers. Thank you. Bye-bye.